Hi, welcome to Tulip's Wellness. If this is your first time in my channel, hello. If this is your second time, I am happy you came back for more. So bring a notebook and pen and your favorite drink because this video is gonna be juicy and it's gonna be full of information. Let's dive in. I felt like my tummy is going to explode at any time. The bloating was so stressful and painful. I couldn't wear anything tight on my waist. And most of the time I was developing new intolerances and in a short time. Just to explain how bad my gut used to be. My name is Sabrine and I am here today to share with you my experience with healing my guts and the knowledge I learned along the way to a healthy and dynamic gut. I will be also talking about how I improved my metabolism, my immune system, and how healing my gut helped me to lose weight and maintain my weight. To make it easy for you to execute the recommendation I will be mentioning in this video, first you have to understand how your gut works. Your gut is the system that digests all the food you eat in your daily life, and today we're gonna be focusing only on the small intestine because there where all the heavy work happens. In our small intestine there is a microbiome that contains bacteria. This bacteria is mainly responsible for breaking down all the food we eat. So mainly the jejunum can absorb them, and this is how we get energy and nutrients in our body. I want you to imagine that your gut is a manufactory and the bacteria is the employees, and you have a role for every employee. Somehow, the raw material that you receive in this manufactory is already processed and treated, so you only need technicians to work on it. While the engineers and PhD holders don't have anything to do because there is no complex material to work on. Normally, the CEO of this manufactory will fire or never pays them, and eventually they will vanish as they don't have what to eat or how to live. But from time to time, this manufactory receives a complex raw material and it makes a mess inside the manufactory because all the experts are gone. Now I want you to replace the processed treated material with high processed foods and the complex raw material with plants. If your intestine is in a bad shape and it doesn't have enough variety of bacteria, every time you're gonna eat something complex like the kidney beans in your burrito, it will release a lot of gases causing pain, constipation or diarrhea, even stress and anxiety, as our gut is our second brain, actually, if not the main one. Okay, now let's talk solutions. First of all, you have to understand that your gut got into this position after a long and balanced food consumption. So don't expect it to be healed in one day. There is no such a thing like tea or pill that will fix it in one day. You have to treat the problem from the root. First, I tried to avoid all processed food like fast food, industrial treats, canned foods, and I started cooking most of my meals at home. Of course, in the beginning, I had to go really easy on my gut. I started eating cooked vegetables like soups. I wanted to focus more on traditional dishes. Somehow, dietitians give us healthy meals based on calories wise, while traditional dishes in most cultures are full of unprocessed raw materials that are really good for our guts and body. Then I slowly started eating legumes, fruits. I started adding raw vegetables and seeds to my salads. I started baking my bread at home, and also from time to time baking my own dessert, making sure I'm only putting fresh ingredients. Of course, in the beginning it was hard for my gut to adapt with all this variety of foods, but it got better with time. I had to be patient and to embrace the journey to healthy guts. Fermented food that are full of probiotics and prebiotics like fermented olives, fermented vegetables, kefir, kimchi, and yogurt helped cultivate the good bacteria in my gut. And this led me to a stable appetite, improved my metabolism, improved my immune system, and the most important thing, helped me to maintain the same weight. For example, for more than 8 months now, I have been between 59 and 57 kg. This helped me just live my life normally and enjoy every meal with my friends and family without the fear of eating something that will make me bloated or that will ruin my day. And the most important thing for me, I stopped developing intolerances. Of course, I'm still intolerant to all of the things I used to be, but it stops there. You may say, okay, Sabrine, we understand all the good bacteria part, but what is this has to do with weight loss? Well, if you eat all of these foods, you are also giving your body all the nutrients, the vitamins, and all the food it needs. You will be feeding your body to the point where your gut will be releasing more often the COP1 and the peptide YY. Those are hormones that activate the satiety signal to tell your brain to stop eating. Simply because your body is well fed, satiated, and safely nourished. Isn't that amazing? Our gut are so intelligent. Second, I started fasting. Fasting is the answer to most gut problems. Because if you are eating all the time, your body won't absorb the nutrients properly because your intestine will be full all the time, and they will prioritize clearing the traffic instead of perfect or good absorption of nutrients. So the more you give time to your intestine, the more they will process your food and absorb the nutrients properly. Besides, eating all the time will exhaust your intestines, and this will lead to bad guts. There are some assumptions that say fasting may give you ulcers. Well, for me this is wrong because I have the most sensitive stomach ever, and I have been fasting for almost 9 months now and I have no problem. I suggest that after long hours of fasting, you break your fast with some carbs and proteins like bread and eggs, and then dive into your fiber and fats. Never drink coffee, juice or tea on an empty stomach, as well as acidic fruits and fried foods, and then you should be good to go. Your stomach will be safe and sound. Another point that I want to talk about is we all the time hear that fasting is good for our immune system. How? So in our small intestine there is a part that's called ileum, which its role starts right after the jejunum. It has multiple roles but is mainly responsible to tell our immune system if there is any virus or bacteria that is harmful for our body in the food digested by the jejunum. So imagine that this part of your body is always full and keeping your immune system response busy. Yes, you guessed it right. When you fast, you're giving your immune system the time to go fix other problems, to develop and to fight illness in other areas in your body. The third thing that I did and helped me to heal my gut is movement. For me personally, yoga and breathing exercise helped me a lot with my bowel movement and to tone up my waist and tummy in general. Our gut health is really important and not spoken enough about. Your gut can affect your brain function and your body DNA composition. It's a beautiful science to dive in. I specifically mentioned the scientific vocabulary so you can do your own research. In my opinion, we should focus more on what we are putting inside our bodies instead of how they look like from outside. And believe me, once you fix the inside, everything will be fixed by its own, because your body is way smarter than you think. Your body is not a calorie calculator. It is not just muscles and skin. Your body is your home, and it is a gift that you have to take care of properly. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please press the thumbs up, and if you didn't watch my previous video about how I lost 16 kg, it is here or here, so go watch it and subscribe to the channel and stick around. I will be talking more about food, health, mental health, and all what is good for our bodies and our health. Bye.